Hey Carla, thanks for stopping in, guys. We were going through some of our own technical issues like always. Thanks guys for stopping in. We're going to get some shout outs done in a second here. That's the power plant right here on the water. And once again, this is the North Shore of Long Island. Just a beautiful area down here. It's beautiful. It's always busy. It's crazy. Summertime, people coming in from Connecticut come here. Not ever. Nope. Those days are over. Later on this afternoon, of course, we'll do them a little bit at a time. We don't want it to just get crazy with all our shout outs in there, but give Carla a follow. She's a great streamer. Does IRL, she does marbles from home, she does karaoke from home. Always a lot of fun. All day long, all of us. I think there's so many of us even in here right now. We just kind of pop around and see each other a little bit during the day. I didn't get to stop in this morning, Debbie. I was up at 5 a.m. Sunrise here was 5:23 this morning. It was like super early sunrise. Once again, everyone who's in here, if you're in, I will try to get to your shout outs. It's a little bright out here, so reading chat. I hear chat. I have TTS in my ear, so I do hear who's in. But this is Port Jeff, man, and it's a beautiful harbor town, beautiful restaurants here in the summer, beautiful stores. Of course, you always have those cheesy. That's Danford Inn over there, Port Jeff. It's a well-known wedding place on the water here. Yeah. And good morning, large car trucker. How are you? I am good. We're just dealing with the typical connections issues out here on the world of IRL. But other than that, this is just notorious to be a bad cell phone area, period. It doesn't matter what you got going on. None of that really matters here. If service is bad, service is bad. People spend a lot of money trying to fix their service here. But once again, it's just one of those areas. And this is, oh, wow. I just would like to take a quick walk back to my car. I have to make sure it's locked because my bag is in the car. And I don't recall locking the car, but sometimes it locks by itself. So this is a whole strip of stores here. Of course, ice cream and fresh sandwiches. It looks like my car is locked, but we're going to check. And then we'll go back out onto the street. Yeah, car is locked. We'll go back out onto the street now. I just had to make sure because my bag is in there with my license and my ID. All those things that you don't want to get stolen. Not that this is a high crime area by any sense of the imagination, but we do have tourists coming in. Yeah. Also, you can. We have a daily grab of coffee in the Channel Redemption Points. Grab your daily coffee. So this is a little area here in Port Jeff, one of the little eatery and shopping areas down here, Chandler Square, and you can see it's beautiful. So we have a lot of people who come from Connecticut for the day, and they'll just spend the day down here in Port Jeff. And these are beautiful stores, of course. Yeah, there's people out on the kayaks here. All of that takes place down here. You can rent kayaks, of course. All of that. There's a couple really cool stores down here that I love. So it's probably better that I'm here while they're closed. And of course the umbrellas are just a beautiful touch, especially at night. It's lit up and it's quite beautiful. So we do have a lot of people who take the ferry over from Connecticut. There are 2 ferries that come in and out of onto Long Island. We have this one out of Port Jeff that goes into Connecticut, and then we have another one out on the tip of Long Island, which is the Orient Point Ferry. That's the one I usually take because it brings me further up into New London. This ferry here doesn't bring us that far into Connecticut, but if you take the one from New London, it brings me just about 3 hours from the Cape when I get off the New London ferry. But the Port Jeff ferry is nice because people come from Connecticut for the day. They come over and they visit all the local stores, of course, and the restaurants, which is always important for economy, and vice versa. So there's a lot of people from here who will take the trip over to Connecticut from here. You know, they then do day trips out of here. You have to get out of the restaurant area. And this is your typical village area. You know, you have stores on both sides of the street. Traffic going down Main Street, of course. More stores going down the sides. There used to be a Gap on the corner over here, and it's not there anymore. Pindar Vineyards. We have a lot of vineyards out here on the North Fork of Long Island. A lot of the farms, regular farms, are gone, and they sold out to the vineyards. And we have a lot of local vineyards out there now on the North Fork of Long Island. South Fork of Long Island, of course, is the Hamptons. And 30 years ago, I can remember going to the Hamptons with ML2, and we would just go out there for the day, and you could sit on the lawns and walk the beaches with no problems. Going out to the Hamptons now, not so easy. In the summer, it's just crazy. So, haven't done that for a while, but we are planning to go out to Jones Beach later on this afternoon. And Jones Beach is a beautiful beach. It's over in Nassau County, part of Long Island. The only other beach that I ever say compares to that beach area would be South Beach in Miami for the overall size of the beach. Beautiful boardwalk there. So that's where we're going to head to this afternoon when ML2 gets up. This is a great restaurant, Salsa. Love that restaurant. I'm just gonna walk up here to the corner and I'll turn around on the other side. But once again, a lot of little shops along the way, of course. In this town. A lot of restaurants, even around the back streets here, where the truck's coming out, a lot of restaurants. This is a new store. Fame and Rebel. This is a new little store here. So that's really Main Street, Port Jeff. Used to be a great Italian restaurant down here called Pasta. We had a couple of christenings there for some bringing kids. And you can see the water in the distance. Thank you so much for the follow, Jack. Welcome. Thank you, Jack. My name is MamaLooonss, and I usually do sunrises or sunsets, maybe both. And then me and my wife like to do a lot of traveling, and we kind of come out and show you around where we were. We did 19 days IRL from Greece recently. We just got back from Disney World, where we did some IRL from there. And right now I'm traveling up to Cape Cod, and along the way we stop and we see our children. First stop was over in Tennessee. It was really crappy, so I didn't do anything from Tennessee. And then right now we're on Long Island, New York, which is where my other daughter is. So we came out 5 o'clock this morning. We did watch the sunrise. We went to a local park, West Meadow Ward. I think his name was Melville Park. We walked around there, saw some baby geese, saw some baby swan, which was great because I do miss the wildlife back in Florida. And later on we're going to go out to Jones Beach. Right now we're just walking around Port Jeff Harbor a little bit. And my other daughter, Loons, she's a VTube streamer, which is how I got started doing this. So she said, "Ma, just take people where you go." I'm like, all right, we'll take them where we go. We're not going to go there though. But there is a restaurant back there, very cool restaurant upstairs where you see those umbrellas. But that's what we do. And sometimes we just chat. Sometimes we just shoot the shit and talk about our day. Trucker, if you're in and you're listening. Trucker, if you're in and you're listening. I did catch some of your stream earlier yesterday when you were discussing some of the, issues with streaming and family, and I think we all go through it. It's just a delicate balance. ML2 isn't always thrilled that I'm streaming. So ML2 is not always thrilled that I do this sometimes. But she understands that it's something that I enjoy doing, and it's just about balance. She asked me yesterday, "Are you going out tomorrow morning?" I'm like, "Yes." She says, "Where are you going?" And I told her. And that's just so she knows where I am. And I always try to be home by 9 o'clock, 9:30. Good morning. I always try to be back home by 9:30. And then, I don't stream again till maybe the afternoon. She does want to go to Jones Beach, so we will do live streaming from Jones Beach as long as we have service. There might even be Wi-Fi out there at that park. It is a state park, and some of the state parks do have Wi-Fi now out on the boardwalks. But it's just a beautiful beach. If you get a chance and you see me go live later on, stop back, and chances are we'll be at Jones Beach or Robert Moses. We might hit both of them. Anybody who grew